It was just another ordinary day at Pinewood High, until the new girl, Emma, stepped onto the campus and caught everyone's attention. She seemed quiet, kind, and a little out of place. The kind of student who prefers reading under a tree rather than running with the crowd. But there was one person who noticed her in a very different way to Blur, the school's notorious bully, always looking for someone to humiliate. The tension had been building for weeks. Whispers in the hallways, sneers from lockers, and cold glares followed Emma everywhere. And then, in a moment that would change everything, Tyler cornered her near the edge of the school's pond. The pond wasn't just any pond. It was rumored to have piranhas, a chilling detail no one seemed to take seriously. Without thinking, Tyler shoved her, expecting a laugh, a scare, something to show his power. But what happened next didn't go according to his plan. The air was filled with screams and splashes, and suddenly, the hunter became the hunted. Minutes later, it would be Tyler who found himself struggling, gasping, begging for mercy. And that's when the real story begins, because not everything is as it seems, and revenge can come in the most unexpected forms. Emma had never been the type to fight back. She was used to being overlooked, to staying quiet while the louder, meaner voices took center stage. But there was something about Tyler's arrogance that struck a nerve. He didn't just bully for fun, he liked to feel untouchable, like no one could ever stand up to him. And for the first time, Emma realized that she didn't have to be invisible. The pond had always been a place of rumors at Pinewood High. Students whispered about the half believing the stories, half dismissing them as exaggerations. Teachers warned everyone to stay away, but most kids ignored it. It was the thrill of danger. The chance to show off, that drew them close. Tyler, of course, loved taking risks, showing off how fearless he was. That day, he thought he was untouchable, laughing as he pushed Emma toward the edge. But there was more to Emma than anyone realized. Beneath her calm exterior, she had a sharp mind and a steady courage that had been tested long before she arrived at this school. And as Tyler flailed in the water, gasping and panicking, the pond seemed to close in around him. Something in the shadows of the water hinted that this was only the beginning, and that Emma might not be the only one with a surprise in store. Tyler's screams echoed across the pond, drawing the attention of students who had been lingering nearby. Some froze in shock, unsure whether to laugh or run, while others grabbed their phones, capturing every second. Among them, a group of Emma's classmates exchanged worried glances, realizing this wasn't just another prank gone wrong. Meanwhile, Emma stood at the edge, heart pounding, torn between fear and a strange sense of empowerment. She had never wanted revenge, but seeing Tyler struggle revealed a side of him that no one had ever witnessed, a vulnerability hidden behind arrogance. For the first time, the bully looked small, human, and utterly unprepared. In the crowd, a teacher rushed toward the chaos, shouting orders. But the scene unfolded faster than anyone could control. Whispers started spreading. Had the pond really been as dangerous as the rumors claimed? Some students remembered stories from older kids about strange things in those waters. Tales that sounded like exaggeration but now felt chillingly real. Meanwhile, Tyler's friends tried to pull him out, but panic had made him thrash wildly, putting everyone at risk. Emma's mind raced. What had started as a simple act of bullying had spiraled into something far bigger. The tension in the air was electric, and one thing was clear: no one at Pinewood High would ever see Tyler or Emma the same way again. Tyler's panic reached a fever pitch. Water splashed wildly as he fought against the current and the strange ripples in the pond, each movement making him seem more desperate. The crowd had grown silent now, eyes wide with a mix of fear and fascination. No one had expected the situation to escalate this far. Emma's heart raced as she watched him struggle. She felt a mixture of shock and disbelief. This was never meant to get out of hand. But part of her also felt a strange clarity. She had been pushed around long enough to know what it was like to be powerless, and now she understood the weight of fear from the other side. Some students whispered about what lurked beneath the water, old stories about the pond and its piranhas that they had always dismissed as rumors. Yet the way the water moved unnaturally around Tyler made it hard to ignore the possibility that some of those tales were true. The teacher's shouts grew louder, but Tyler's frantic thrashing made any rescue attempt chaotic. His friends struggled to grab him, slipping and sliding on the muddy bank, panic spreading to everyone nearby. Every second felt stretched, every heartbeat pounding with tension. The pond, once calm, now seemed alive, holding its own secrets. And the question everyone feared was, how far would this go before someone could stop it? Just as Tyler's friends thought they had a grip on him, the pond erupted with a sudden surge of movement beneath the surface. Water splashed higher, and a dark shape darted close, unseen but powerful enough to make everyone step back in terror. Tyler screamed louder, thrashing uncontrollably, his panic now infecting those trying to help. Emma froze, her stomach twisting as she realized the rumors about the pond weren't entirely false. What had started as a cruel prank had turned into something far more dangerous, something unpredictable. The crowd's fear escalated. Students who had been filming now dropped their phones, backing away from the edge, unsure if they should run or stay. In the chaos, Tyler's arrogance vanished completely. He begged, not for attention or respect, but for mercy, his usual bravado replaced with raw desperation. And yet, The pond seemed to hold him there, almost as if it had a will of its own. Then, something even stranger happened. A ripple spread outward, and a second dark shape emerged, larger and slower this time, drawing gasps from everyone watching. Emma realized, with a chilling clarity, that the danger wasn't over and that whatever lurked in the water wasn't just a legend. The pond, the piranhas, Tyler's fear, it was all building toward something far more intense, something that no one at Pinewood High could have anticipated. The chaos reached its peak as Tyler flailed in the pond, water churning violently around him. Emma, her heart hammering, couldn't move at first, paralyzed by fear and disbelief. Then, summoning every ounce of courage, she grabbed a long branch from the bank and extended it toward him. Tyler's hands clawed at it, his eyes wide with panic. Finally grasping the lifeline that would pull him to safety, with the help of a few brave classmates, Tyler was dragged out, drenched, shivering, and completely humbled. The pond, once menacing and unpredictable, slowly calmed as if satisfied with its lesson. Gasps and murmurs filled the air. Everyone had witnessed the unexpected turn of events. Emma's quiet strength had not only saved Tyler, but also turned the tables on the power dynamics at Pinewood High. Just as relief began to settle, the pond's surface rippled once more. A smaller shadow darted beneath the water, unseen by the crowd, and then broke the surface with a splash. This time, it wasn't Tyler, it was a small, glimmering object, something metallic that gleamed in the sunlight. No one knew what it was, but it seemed deliberately placed, as if the pond had more secrets yet to reveal. Emma stood at the edge, eyes fixed on the water, realizing the day's events were only the beginning. The bully had been humbled, but Pinewood High and the mysterious pond still had one final surprise in store. By the end of the day, the crowd had slowly dispersed, leaving the pond quiet once more. Tyler, soaked and humiliated, sat on the bank, wrapped in a towel provided by a kind teacher. His usual swagger was gone, replaced by a nervous awareness of how close he had come to real danger. For the first time, he saw Emma not as someone to push around, but as someone brave, resourceful, and unshakable. Emma, meanwhile, felt a mix of relief and reflection. She had faced fear, stared down a bully, and confronted something far bigger than herself. The experience changed her, giving her a quiet confidence that rippled through her interactions at Pinewood High. Whispers of what had happened spread quickly, but rather than causing ridicule or fear, they inspired a new respect for her courage. As for the pond, it settled back into its calm, mysterious state, keeping its secrets beneath the surface. The metallic object that had surfaced earlier was carefully retrieved by the teachers, a small reminder that Pinewood High still held mysteries, and that even ordinary places could hide extraordinary surprises. By the time the sun set, the lessons of the day were clear. Courage isn't about strength alone, and sometimes, the most unexpected heroes emerge when the stakes are highest. Emma had faced the impossible and had changed the school forever.